Cluffy Ultimate Sole is giving wrestlers a competitive advantage. It was designed by a board-certified foot and ankle surgeon with 4 decades of experience using his knowledge and experience to help the athlete with improved performance by uniquely allowing the foot to become an asset in unlocking athletic skills for many athletes. We are very proud to be the official insole of the National Wrestling Coaches Association that is advocating for wrestling programs in the United States, is promoting athlete safety in wrestling, and is training wrestling coaches to advance the sport at all levels. The Cluffy insole is getting its main advantages from 3 distinct features that are very unique to this insole. One is the lift underneath your big toe. This is called the Cluffy wedge. And then we have the Cluffy arch design, which is very unique, very different than the traditional insole that's going to come straight across right here just in the back of the ball of your foot. The reason this is designed this way is to support the arches right here on the inside of your foot, right here in the middle of your foot, and here on the outside of your foot. But not only are we doing that, but we're allowing the foot to move by the way this is shaped. So we're allowing the metatarsal bone to come down and form a point of stability here, and we're also allowing a point of stability here in back of the little toe, and then a point of stability here on your heel. So we're forming this tripod of stability, which is extremely beneficial to the athlete. That's where you're going to get your balance improvements and your strength improvements, essentially turning your foot into a stable powerhouse that's going to transmit that stability and power to the rest of your body. I'm now going to show you some testing we did at Alvernia University Wrestling with 10 different athletes. The first test we did with them is called a front pull test. In this test, we're just simply pushing down on the hands, trying to pull the athlete forward on the left side without the Cluffy and on the right side with the Cluffy. You see how we are not able to pull the athlete forward, and this is the case now with 99% of the athletes we do this test on with the Cluffy insole. We're now doing a back pull test demonstrating the balance without the Cluffy insoles on the left and with the Cluffy insoles on the right. You can see that with the addition of the Cluffy insoles that the athletes are in much better balance, easily being displaced there without the insoles.
I'm Emmett Ravadaneda at the Montana Open. I got first place from Lakeland Club.
Awesome. And how did the Cluffies work for you?
They worked amazing, had great balance. I felt like I could pick up the guy easier when I took a shot.
Awesome. That's great. And do you think that those help with everything else in other sports?
Oh yeah,
awesome.
Especially track and all that stuff. Oh, yeah.
Congratulations, buddy.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Congratulations, man. Thanks.
So, yeah, Adam Visconti. Did some tests today. Active tests, kind of the biggest thing for me. What I noticed right off the bat is stability in my stance, moving around. You know, we did a lot of motion drills starting off, motion and shot progression. Felt the stability through my shot progression, also in my stance, being able to move. Definitely more noticeable forward and backwards. I would say when we did the tests with the diameter, is that the right way to say it? Dynamometer. The push test that kind of, you know, put it on paper and you could see the difference that I felt. Kind of same as Aaron said, you know, I didn't feel the speed right off the bat, but I think speed comes with that stability and the constant. You know, lateral motion, I felt like when we were doing the active tests, I did notice some lateral motion stability. But overall, yeah, more control in my stance through my shot progression, which is a huge part of wrestling. You know, that's the majority of a wrestling match where that's placed. So shot progression, definitely felt a difference today.
Good deal.
Yeah. So
these tests on the Alvernia University wrestlers all involve using the dynamometer to determine the difference in force applied with and without the Cluffies. You can see with this test that we are able to go from 54 pounds to 65 pounds to displace the athlete with the Cluffies in there. As soon as the heel comes off right there, we call it out of balance. In this test, we're testing side-to-side balance on both the left and right sides. You can see that there was a significant improvement in the amount of force required to displace the athlete off balance on both sides with this test. With this test, we're testing the amount of force required to pull the athlete forward, which is very important in the hand fighting position. We're pushing on the back of the neck to determine the amount of force to push the athlete off balance. You can see we went from 23 pounds without the insoles to 41 pounds to displace with the insoles, which is over 80% more force required to displace the athlete. Very, very relevant test for wrestling. Now we're testing different functional wrestling positions. This is a staggered stance position, pushing the athlete forward and to the right side. You can see the significant improvement in the amount of force required to displace the athlete with this test. In this staggered stance position, we're trying to push the athlete backwards and to the right. You can see again the amount of force required was significantly different with the Cluffy insole, going from 24 without to 42 pounds to displace with the insole. With this test, we're measuring agility and foot speed. He's going back and forth over a line doing a ladder drill. The amount of steps in 10 seconds were counted. It was 19 steps without the insole on average and 22 steps on average with the insole, with no athletes doing any less with the insole. They all did better. We're now putting the athlete in the shot or lunge position and testing knee stability, pushing on the outside of the knee, trying to displace it inward, going from 28 to 39 pounds with the addition of the Cluffy. Now we're pushing on the inside of the knee, trying to displace the athlete to the outside. You can see the amount of pounds required to do this was significantly increased with the addition of the Cluffy insole, which may have significant relevance for the risk of knee injury. Now we're doing a lateral hop test to demonstrate the number of steps they can take side to side with a 10-second interval. The number of steps went from 12 without the use of the Cluffy insoles to 15 on average with the use of the Cluffy insoles, with no athletes doing any worse with the addition of the Cluffy insoles. We're now testing hip flexor strength. We're putting a band around the thigh. We're bringing the leg up and asking the athlete not to let us pull it down. We're measuring the amount of force required to do that. Without the insole, it was 56 pounds, and with the insole, it averaged 71 pounds. We're now looking at an athlete doing the single limb hop test without Cluffies on the left and with Cluffies on the right. You can see the difference in his arm position without the Cluffies way out to the side, where with them he's straight ahead. His second step is way out of control now without the Cluffies. He's way off the line. He's controlling the side-to-side motion with him. He's staying straight ahead, continuing to jump forward nicely. On the third jump, much further, you can see motion is a lot more consistently straight ahead forward, much better overall postural control of the body. This is a testimonial from Bruno Nicoletti. He is a two-time World Team member and an NCAA All-American, two-time NCAA qualifier, and IBJJF World Champion. I've put my feet through a lot between training and competition, and the Cluffy Ultimate Soles made a real difference. They gave me better support and balance right away, and I noticed less soreness after long sessions. Super easy to move between shoes too. Honestly, one of those small changes that makes a big impact. Now we're testing arm strength on the Alvernia University athletes. This time we're putting the arm in front, pulling it down, measuring the force required to do so. It's going from 36 pounds to 46 pounds with the addition of the Cluffy. Significant gain in arm shoulder strength. We're now putting the arm out to the side, doing the lateral arm pull test. We went from 36 pounds without the Cluffy to 43 pounds with the addition of the Cluffy, showing significant improvement in shoulder strength.
My foot and ankle felt a lot more stable. My feet felt more grounded. It was kind of crazy, the difference, because it felt like my feet, when I wanted them to be stuck to the ground, they were. But then when we did agility testing and speed testing, I was faster, I was more balanced, I felt more athletic. It was really cool. I loved them.
I think they were really good. I feel like there was a big difference. I feel like they really helped me with my issues, my foot. I just feel like I was more explosive, more balanced.
Hopping with them in and hopping with them out, I can definitely feel a difference. The fatter bottom for the heel, like that made a difference for being able to go more straight, definitely cushion more landing.
I have really flat feet. The fact that these have a lot more arch support, I think is really going to help me on the mat.
The insoles were really comfortable, and they felt better than the actual insoles that are in the shoe. They had more grip. How they're designed, it doesn't let my ankle roll, keeps it steady.
I feel like my heel doesn't really come up. Like my ankle is bending and my foot is still grounded.
My foot and
The Cluffy sole fits easily in a wrestling shoe, and it takes the place of the flat foam liner that's currently in the shoe. One of those simple things a wrestler can add to give them all of these advantages. It's going to improve balance in all directions. It's going to improve shoulder and arm strength. It's going to improve leg strength. It's going to improve foot speed forward and back and side to side. It's going to reduce injury risk. It's going to improve foot comfort. It's going to boost the wrestler's confidence. It fits in all wrestling shoes, and it does not restrict the foot from moving as needed in wrestling. Thank you for your time and attention. Here is our contact information. Whether you are an athlete or a coach, let us know if you have any questions. We look forward to working with you as an individual or team to give you the competitive advantage. What is winning worth to you?